We live.
We live.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey,
Happy
girl.
Friday.
Hey. Happy
Happy Friday.
Friday.
Happy Friday.
This is. Let me start. Hey, y'all. My name is Blair, also known as Miss Legendary on social media.
Hey, y'all. This is Alana Nay, also known as Alana Ane on social media.
And welcome to Oh My God, Girl, Guess What podcast.
Welcome.
We
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday is lit, y'all. We are on episode
5. We
five.
on episode 5.
On episode number 5. That's major. Okay. Thank y'all for sticking with us through 5 episodes. Um, we're excited. Like
Weird. We're going to keep it
just
rolling.
we definitely gonna keep it rolling. And I also want to give a disclaimer before we start today's episode. If you hear squeaking, my dog Champ is with us today, and if he's
Hi,
nice,
Champ. He's the
if
cutest. We
if
love
he's
Champ.
let's see if he'll come. Come here, Champ. No, right now he's not paying me no attention. But if you hear a little squeaking, please ignore that. It's either squeaking or barking. He's either gonna squeak his toy or bark at me for not playing with him. So we'll take the squeaking.
Yeah, we just going to take this weekend, but we love Champ, so he can stay. But
He can stay.
he can stay. So, happy Friday. How's your week been?
My week has actually been really, really good. I feel better. I know last week or like the last time we recorded, I was just tired going through that daylight savings time. I was just really, really tired. So I feel
Yeah.
much better now. I feel better. I feel rested, rejuvenated. I do feel like I have a million and one things on my plate, which is kind of true. But it's nothing, to a
Ain't
boss,
nothing
nothing
you
I
can't
can't
handle. It's
handle.
okay. It's okay.
Exactly. What about you? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. I'm
When
feeling
this
great.
comes out, you'll be out of town, honey.
I
Alana's about to go
know.
out
Yeah,
fast.
I'm leaving. I'm about to show some skin. I'm
Are
about
you
to
telling them
find.
where you're going?
Yes, I'm going to Miami. This is my first
Oh,
time going to Miami.
who you going to Miami with? Look at me being messy. Who you going with?
Messy. Messy.
Who you going to Miami with?
Messy. Mm.
Hmm. No,
No,
I'm just playing.
if you know, you know.
And if you don't, you don't.
If you
Okay.
don't, you don't. Yes, but
I
I'm
know
feeling
that's right.
great. I'm going to Miami. This is my
That'll
first
be
time
fun.
there. I'm very
Mhm.
happy to just be around some water again. I'm happy to just be in some good weather again. It's probably gonna be around 80s. I'm ready to show some skin, ready to eat some good
Mhm.
food. See some art, jet ski, all of that. I'm just ready for good vibes. Like I needed a change of scenery, so I'm glad I'm getting that.
Mhm.
Um, I'm just overall in really, really good spirits this week. I had a conversation with Blair maybe a few days ago, I guess, and just explaining to her, like, I know during the last episode, I kept saying, like, there's something that I feel like I need to let go of that's kind of hindering my growth. And I was
Mhm.
finally able to identify that and just release it. And I feel better. Like, I'm just in great
Yeah.
spirits. So, I'm
That's
happy.
good. I'm proud of you. I think that for one, identifying and knowing that you have something that you need to release is one thing, but then actively taking the steps to do it is another. So commend yourself for that and, know that there will be a constant growth and elevation from this point forward.
Absolutely. I'm excited. I'm here for it. I'm ready to see what comes of it. I mean, gotta be self aware. That's the first thing.
Mhm. And it's about committing to change, right?
Yeah. Like
Committing to
you have
change.
to. But more than committed to change, you just have to commit to your own evolution, your own
Mhm.
growth. And no day is the same. I seen a tweet that said progress is not the same every single day. There are some days where you might take rested action. There are other days where you might do a bunch of planning, but
Mhm.
whatever is working for you in that moment, don't try to force anything. No day is going to be the same. So you just have to, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Not a
Literally.
sprint. And it's
Literally.
really about dedication, hard work plus patience. In the words of Nipsey
Determination.
Hussle,
Yeah.
I love to throw in the song lyric.
Yeah.
Um, and just staying dedicated and motivated through this journey. And, that's so important. But I want to swing back on commitment, right? I think that, this generation has done is so fearful of committing to anything that it's more it is what's the word? It's hindering us more than
Definitely.
anything,
And
right?
in a lot
And
of different areas too.
right, not just committing in relationships, because baby, they're definitely afraid to do that. But I'm not gonna say they because I'm a part of it, right? I also have my fears of committing in relationships. Although I do really want one, it can be kind of scary of the thought. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how this is gonna end. I don't know if my feelings gonna be hurt. So I just, I'm gonna play it however.
I
But I
think
think
in
it's about
general,
working
it's
through.
just a lot of playing it safe.
Yeah, and I think it's really like people are fearful, right, to commit to anything. Oh, Champ wants to pop in.
Hi, Champ.
People are committed. I mean, ouch, he just bit me. People are fearful to commit to anything. Like, they're fearful to commit to themselves, to their body, right? Fearful to commit to their mind, right? Even the practice of sitting down and meditating, right? It's committing to being silent for 15 minutes and not having a phone or anything. People are, I think, fearful to do that. They won't even try or experiment with it because it just seems so far out of reach, and it requires too much commitment. And I feel like, I don't know, people are just scared, and I want to get to the root of why it is that we have these fear of commitment
I know
issues.
why.
Why?
Microwave society. Like, we want everything to just come so
Mm-hmm.
easy. Like, we've been a generation that just, we have all of this information, within a second. We can easily just search something and it's right there. So if we don't know the outcome of something right then and there, it is scary because, like, we don't know when we're so used to just having the answer right there. So, like, to not
Mm-hmm.
know something, and I think that I have that too a little bit. Like, I've always said, like, my biggest fear is like the unknown, and I don't know if that comes. It might come from that. I have no idea, but I think
Right.
that's a big point of it. Like, we've always had things just right there in an instant, whether it's a microwave, our phone being right there,
Mm-hmm.
Netflix,
Quick
whatever it
information.
is. Yeah, quick information, quick gratification, whatever it may be. And I think we want that from everything out of life. We want that from relationships. Like, nobody wants to take their time and study a person and commit to getting to know a person, or taking the long route of being friends first before jumping into something. That's a big part of it. Nobody wants to take the time to enjoy the journey. They just want the end destination. They want to skip all of that without realizing that the journey to get there is so much more important than that end destination. And I posted something on my story today from Jay-Z, and he basically said the same thing. Like, but that's what it is. We want everything now, now, and if it's not
Mm-hmm.
serving us right now or what we want out of it right now, we don't want it at all. And that's
Right.
very problematic.
It is. It
Very
definitely is.
problematic.
Like, right, because when you're committing to anything or the journey of anything, you're committing to the highs and the lows of it. And you're saying, like, regardless of what happens, I'm gonna hold on to this journey, right? And I think too, with social media, right, we have so many options, right? It's portrayed to us that we have so many options from all
Yep.
over the world to do anything. So it's
Yep.
just like, why commit to this when I got 50 other things to do? Like, the
Mm-hmm.
grass is greener on the other side mentality, when really the grass is greener wherever you water it. It's
Exactly.
ouch. And so committing, he want to play right now. So committing to it is committing to nurture your grass or your lawn, or
Yep.
whatever it is.
And
I'm
that's what
always
it
bringing in
is. But that's
some
what it
plant
is though
metaphors.
too though. Like, whatever you consistency is the key. Like, it's planting.
Mm-hmm.
It's constant watering, it's constant working at it. Just like a muscle. The more you
Mm-hmm.
work on a muscle, the more that muscle is gonna build. And I think it's the same with mental.
Mm-hmm.
Is training your mind. Life is 90% mental, and I think life is more mental than a lot of people think it is. Like, our
Yeah.
brain controls our whole entire body, so why do we always miss the mental piece of it? Like, without your brain telling you to get up in the morning and do something, you're not gonna do it. Like, life is mental. It's super mental, and I think we miss that because it's not just physical at all. Like, it's really, you have to train your mind to be
And
consistent
be
to do certain things.
disciplined.
It be disciplined, and really it takes, just make a habit of it, and the more and more you work at it, the easier it gets, right? Like, I've rarely ever seen someone be consistent at something and go backwards. The more consistent you are, you only get better because you learn more and more as you
Mm-hmm.
go along. Like, more things start to come. You like, okay, now I know what to do with this information. I didn't
Right.
know that before, and you wouldn't have never known or got that far if you weren't consistent.
Yeah, and
So
then there are highs and lows on the journey of growth once you commit and are consistent with something, right? So it don't
absolutely,
just go straight. Ouch! You bite me again. You know what? Don't make me act up on these people show. Look, it's my show. But the journey to go up, right? Like it's not gonna be a straight incline
it's
up.
not.
Like, it's gonna be like a do 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 do
Yep.
do do, like a zigzag
Do and then
line
go
on the way
down
up.
and then go back up.
Right, and
Yep.
then go back up. Right,
Yep.
when you go down, then you shoot up higher. Then
Yep.
but you're never gonna get to the lowest point that you started
Exactly.
at. Right, it's about
Ever.
committing. And I think too, now that I've been on like this fitness journey, and I told myself, I'm like, once I start working out and stuff, I don't want to become this girl that, hags everybody to get to the gym and work out and eat healthier. But when I say that it does so many amazing things for your discipline, for your mind, for your consistency, it's basically telling yourself, I'm going to commit to my mind, body, and soul.
Yep.
Because going to work out is really mental. It ain't really that bad when you get to the gym. You
It's
don't mind
not.
doing it. It's
It's
about getting
not.
up and getting there, right? It's
Exactly. Once
about,
you're there, it's smooth sailing.
once you're there, it's smooth
It's
sailing,
smooth
right? So
sailing. Yep.
creating that, I think I would encourage people to first commit to themselves, right? In any area of their life that they want to change or develop, commit to changing it, commit to
Mm-hmm.
developing it, right? Because then once you commit to yourself and you're vulnerable, and then commitment takes vulnerability. It takes the ability to be like, look, like, I may not know everything that's coming with this, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
down to love it anyway. I'm down to
Mm-hmm.
grow with it anyway. And I think the best person to start with in committing to anything would be yourself. And then I think once you commit to yourself, once you commit to developing yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually, you can commit to anything else. And then you will be able to, go with the flow of it. And then you'll also have better discernment to know when it's time to let go of those commitments or when it's time to change the way you commit to certain things, right? Because commitment looks different in different situations depending on what we're talking about. Like,
I agree.
you may commit to a relationship, but you may outgrow that relationship. It doesn't serve you anymore. You have to commit to yourself at all times to love yourself enough to know that it's time to elevate and move forward. You get what I'm saying? Same with businesses, right? We build businesses up. One of my mentors told me, like, you're not building the business up to keep it, you're building the business up to sell it, you're building the business up to get investors and get stock, like, so once you know it's time to elevate your business, you commit to the growth of it, but you also commit to the possibility that you may eventually have to let it go and let other people in on it so it can become bigger and better. You're committing
Yep.
to the success of whatever that is, right? So you got to figure out like what it is you're committing to, right? Are you committed to it at this level, or are you committed to see something grow and reach its best potential? And I think that that's
And I
also a
think,
part of it.
yeah, that's a big part of it, right? Because you can commit to something, and what you wanted before versus what you want while on the journey may be completely different.
Mhm.
Even when you think about just a relationship standpoint, you know, you may commit to a person right then and there, but as you go along with the journey, things may change. And same with a
Mhm.
business plan. You may write out a business plan, and you might have like a plan for how you want things to go and an outline blueprint. But as you learn more, you might tweak some things, and you
Mhm.
might need to pivot or whatever it may be. So it's just committing to the entire journey, and it's staying committed and it's staying disciplined, but it's also being open minded to other possibilities too.
And so it might be helpful to commit to the end result of something, right?
Yeah,
Commit
absolutely.
to, because your idea will change, right? For me, like, Legendary has transformed so much because I can speak to this because I know it best. At first I had everything on my website. My furs, I had my, my couture pieces, as well as the boutique pieces, as well as the legendary originals. Like, it was just a lot going on. But what I realized, it was time for me to separate these things and spread them out, right?
Right.
Um, and do, but you know what I'm doing as far as that. But what I'm saying all that to say, I'm more so committed to my designs being sold across the globe and making women feel good than I am to the vision of Legendary being all of my creativity in one place. I'm more committed to spreading it out globally than I am it all being all about me and everything I know how to do being in one place, right? I'm more committed
Exactly.
to that versus this. So I think it's just like, you have to sit down with yourself and figure out what it is exactly that you want to achieve. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Yeah.
And in the long haul, like, what is
Yeah.
it? Because we talked about the other day, like, your purpose.
Mm-hmm.
It's committing to purpose, really.
Yes. Commit to your purpose. And I was gonna bring that up too because a big part for me is, giving back, like giving back to the community, um, empowering others to be their best self. But it's like, how do I can't do that unless I have the resources myself, unless I've built myself up and I've built my platform and I've built resources for myself. How do I give that to others? So it's definitely a big thing to make sure you commit to the end result. What do you want this to be? Where do you want this to go? I'm taking this venture. Why am I doing it? I think the why is way more important than the what, because the why is what's gonna keep you going. The
Hmm.
what is just like, okay, this is my vehicle to get there. So
The
I
why
agree.
pushes you through that fear, right? And I think fear is like a made up construct. Normally, our fears are based upon things that may not have even happened to us, that we may have observed through somebody else. They're
Yeah.
not even always our story. Like, I'm thinking about some of the fears I have, just like being a woman, being outside alone, and I've never, thank by the grace of God, had anything major happen to me. Knock on wood. As far as like being attacked or assaulted sexually, or anything like that. But it's definitely a fear of mine, right? It makes me want to protect myself. It makes me, when thinking about moving out on my own, it makes me think about, okay, I need to have this that in place. It's a fear. It's about, and I think fear is something that our body does and our mind does to protect us. It's a protective mechanism. Just like
Definitely.
a skunk, when they're fearful, they
It's
spray
like a
to get
shell,
everybody. Yeah, it's like a
It's a
shell,
shell.
right? But you have to know when and where that shell is helpful or harmful for you.
Absolutely. And that's been a big thing for me. Um, I have always been a person that's like fearless and just like I tell everybody, don't live in fear. Like even with me moving to a completely different state, um, you know, being here alone, not having family, um, I can choose to be fearful and say, okay, I don't have any family here. There's so many things that might happen to me, but that might stop me from going out and meeting people and just
Yes.
enjoying my time here. So I think that fear is something that can consume you, and it'll start to just be a detriment. It doesn't serve you any good because a lot of the times it's like, okay, what am I scared of,
And then
and
too, I
why?
think, yes, and like speaking of like, it could be so crippling, right? I think about my grandparents,
Very.
or like when COVID and stuff broke out. I think about my nana all the time. She's such a sweet lady, right? But she's so fearful. Like, she watches the news and she's fearful
Mm-hmm.
to do anything, and subconsciously she'll speak fear into us. And I have to constantly remind my grandparents, like, I don't live in fear. I don't watch the news. I don't live in fear. I don't watch the news. I don't live in fear. You really
Yep.
choose your reality. You
You
choose
choose it.
what exists and what doesn't, right? You choose what you decide to make
Consume on a
prevalent.
daily. Yeah.
Yes.
And
So
I
like
could tell my grandma that too, because she watches the news all the time. It's just like very worrisome. And it's like I don't watch because I don't consume it on a daily. It's like I'm not even
I'm not
thinking
think
about it. But if
I'm
you
aware.
are, I'm aware of, and you always be aware of your surroundings. But when you're not watching the news every day or just like paying attention to all the bad things that are happening in the world, you're not really scared. And I think about this too. One time when I was in high school, I was, and this is where I started to notice like fear will really consume you. And this is like a
Mhm.
small example, but it was one night in high school. Um, I was scrolling on Twitter, and everyone was talking about sleep paralysis, and I had never heard of sleep paralysis before. And
Mhm.
I was reading everybody's horror stories about it. They had like graphics up of like demons and stuff, and I'm reading everybody's story. I'm like, oh my god, that sounds so horrible. And I've already woken up in the middle of the night. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, oh my god, like what if this happens to me? what if this happen? Like, I don't want this to happen. Like, that seems so scary. Like, people are saying that they couldn't move.
Mm-hmm.
Is like a demon, something was hovering over them, and I just was like so scared to fall asleep. And what happens when I'm trying to wake up for school in the morning?
Sleep
I get
paralysis.
sleep paralysis. So
That
it's
happened
like
to me.
that's crazy. Like, fear will really consume you, and it's like whatever you choose to give energy to, you make real for yourself.
Right. And your
It's
okay,
so
so
cool.
let me to speak to the sleep paralysis thing. Your fear invokes you to have sleep paralysis. I also want to talk about the power of the tongue and speaking things out, how that can control your reality, right? So I kept saying jokingly, like, I got sleep paralysis. Like, I don't know what I was really trying to say, but I think I was trying to say, like, I got not like, what is it when you can't go to sleep? I think I was trying to say something else,
Like
but I just kept
insomnia.
saying, yeah, but I kept saying, like, I got sleep paralysis. Like, I kept saying it, right? Not knowing what I'm talking about or what I'm saying. And that night I had sleep paralysis. But my crazy butt thought it was fun. I was like, this is crazy. Because
Not
what
you thought it was fun.
it felt like my spirit was hovering over my own body. It didn't feel like, I didn't see no demons or nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know what everybody else experienced. I was
Well,
just like, wow.
yeah.
It just made me really, really aware of the spiritual world and the
Yeah.
physical world, right?
Yeah.
And how, like, I was just like, oh, I'm like, put me
Yeah.
back. Put me back. I start
Yeah.
praying, like, God, put me back. Like,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
crazy.
And I
Like,
think everybody's experience with sleep paralysis is different, right? Because I didn't see a demon. Granted, I felt like I couldn't move, and something might have been holding me down, but I swear I didn't see no demon. If I seen a demon,
whoever
I
seeing
was gonna
demons
cry.
is a demon.
I don't know what they seen. I didn't see a demon. Did I feel something holding me down? Yes, and that's the fear. Like, and I
Yeah.
think a lot of things that have happened in my life, I just use them as like metaphoric, like, because that's so true. Like, it's the fear holding you down, and whatever you choose to give energy to
Look at him.
is what you make real. I love Champ so much. I miss him.
I'm sorry, y'all just seen me pop my dog. He's bad, okay?
Look at
He
him.
he
Look.
look at him. He wants to play bite and stuff like that. That's why he get popped. Like, some dogs is bad. I got one of them. Puda. Anyways,
Champ is a mess.
get down.
Don't
I
be
tried to
treating
let
him
you
like
kick it up
that.
here. Why is he trying to bite and fight me right now? Do I look like I want to fight and bite?
Don't be treating him like that, Blair.
Do it look like I want to fight and bite?
You need to stop
Committing
treating
to
him like that.
committing parental commitment, right? Be careful who y'all have children with, right? Because you're committing to a lifelong attachment with them. Having a dog, I know having a dog and having a baby are two different experiences, but having a dog has definitely taught me, like, how you kind of, and this is a commitment I could sell Champ, never would, because I love him too much, right? But it's such a huge commitment. You're committing to put somebody else before you. You're committing to not just feed yourself, but feed another mouth. It's like I want to commend all the moms out there, single mothers who are doing it by themselves. I pray that y'all have the strength and the guidance y'all need to stay committed to your child and stay committed to their growth as you're committed to your own. Because I understand how you would definitely need look, he's so sleepy. You would definitely need somebody, to help you through that, because, baby, is that a huge commitment, right? Which is why I'm fearful to have children. I am.
I'm not fearful. I just don't want him right now. Like, I just know it's not the time for him. Like, there will
You
be a
can't give it
time.
back.
There will be a time for kids, and right now it's just not that time. Like, me and my mom were talking earlier, and we were just talking about, like, marriage and stuff, and I made a joke. I'm like, when is my husband coming to get me so I can live a comfortable, stress-free life? And she like, girl, not right now. I'm like, how you know? She like, because I'm going to run him off. I'm like, why? She like, you're going to thank me later. But it's true, though. Like, I think these are very critical times in our life. And I think that when you're 20, it's important to, like, you barely know yourself. People are still growing. And, I mean, for me personally,
I think I know myself. Well, I think I relearned myself. You're never going to stop learning yourself.
Yeah, you're never
going to
stop learning yourself.
So I feel like we shouldn't say that. That's like a blanket statement.
What? To know yourself?
We don't know ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, but I think for someone who's 40 to say, like, you don't even really know who you are at 20, like, anybody who's older will tell you, like, you don't even really know who you are at 20. Like, you do. Like, you have a good idea. but at the same time you don't. And I would say that we definitely are people who know ourselves in our 20s. We know who we are right now. Um,
Yeah.
but and I think that even when you're in your 20s, like you're still rapidly growing, right? At 30
Mhm.
or 40, you might be growing like a little bit, you might still just be growing into little things.
Mhm.
But at 20, I think you're growing like rapidly, kind of
Yeah.
in a way.
Like I keep saying, I think I
Yeah.
change every week.
Yes.
Every week I'm a new
Yes.
girl.
A new
I
person.
don't
You
know
come with
who.
these new realizations of yourself.
Mhm.
And so I think it's important. Right now, I'm not saying like kudos to people who are married right now. But I think a big part of that is being committed to your growth, but you also have to be committed to the growth of another person. I
Mhm.
know Blair was just saying like be committed to the growth of your child if you have a child, but even in a relationship and with love and romantic relationships, even friendships, to love is to be committed to your your spiritual growth and also the spiritual growth of another person. So
You gotta. It's about accountability too. When you're being when you're committing to anything, it's about being accountable and keeping each other accountable. But also, like I said, knowing when it's time to let certain things go. I have a great poem. My aunt sent me
sure,
this poem. I loved it too because I'm a fashion designer. I feel like it just ties in with me.
sure.
Oh, I didn't even text her back. I gotta text her back. Sorry,
Look
auntie.
at you.
My auntie Sonia. So it
I love
said,
Auntie Sonia.
yes, it says, everyone can't be in your front row. Life is a theater, so invite your audiences carefully. Not everyone is holy enough and healthy enough to have front row seat in your life. There are
Amen.
there are some people in your life that need to be loved from a distance. It's amazing what you can accomplish it when you let go or at least minimize your time with draining, negative, incompatible, not going anywhere relationships, friendships, fellowships, and family. Everyone can't be in your front row. Observe the relationships around you. Pay attention to which ones lift and which ones lean, which ones encourage and which ones discourage, which ones are on the path uphill and which ones are going down. When you leave certain people, do you feel better or do you feel worse? Which ones have drama or don't really understand, know, or appreciate you and the gift that lies within you? Everyone, everyone can't be in your front row. The more you see God and the things of God, the more you seek quality, the more you seek not just the hand of God, but the face of God. The more you seek honorable the more you see things honorable, the more you see growth, peace of mind, love, and truth around you, the easier it will become for you to decide who gets to sit in the front row and who should be moved to the balcony of your life. Everyone can't be in your front row. Why do I have like a little lisp when I say that or whatever? You cannot change the people around you, but you can change the people you are around. Ask God for wisdom and discernment and choose wisely. The people who sit in your front row of your life. Remember that the front row seats are for special and deserving people, and those who sit in your front row should be chosen carefully. Everyone can't be in your front row. And
I
the
love
authors
that.
I know. And
That's so true, though.
this is about committing to yourself, right? Committing
Yeah.
to your vision and your love. We have people that's been in our lives. Listen. We have people that have been in our lives for so long, and although we love them and they've been a part of a journey for so long, we have to be committed enough to ourselves to be able to say, you know what, you got to get a balcony seat now. I love you,
Yeah.
but you got to watch from a
And that
distance.
comes with backlash too, right? But
Unfortunately, I mean, because
unfortunately,
people don't know how to, how to take that, and it don't be nothing personal. You get what I'm
yeah,
saying? It's just like we're not
yeah,
serving each other anymore. But I'm so committed to growing that anybody
yeah.
else who's not committing to growing, and we're not growing at the same, not to say the same speed, but kind of like we need to
If you're
be
not
in this.
self-aware and like, if you're not self-aware and if you're not committed to your own growth, and you don't even have to be growing at the same pace, but at least putting one foot before the other and like making progress.
It cut out for a second. I couldn't hear you.
Oh, I said you don't have to be a person who is growing at the same pace, but I think at least putting one foot before the other and just making progress at least.
Okay.
Um, but I don't think that, yeah, people don't have to grow at the same rate as you. You just have to be committed to your own growth. And if you're not committed to your growth and just like you're very stagnant, and not even stagnant in a way of like status or nothing, like actual personal growth, like the inside work is
Mm.
just what where is that gonna go? What is that gonna lead to if you're not,
Right. So I have a question.
Yes.
What areas of your life are you currently committed to, and what areas of your life do you want to commit to moving forward?
Okay. Right now, I'm definitely committed to my spiritual journey.
Okay.
Um, that's always God is always first. I'm committed to. I would say I'm definitely committed to like my body. I haven't been body conscious, but I've always been careful about the things that I put into my body.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but just being more consistent with working out, um, and just making sure that what I'm feeding into my body, and not even just like food wise, but also just like the things I consume on a daily are serving me. And the areas that I would like to commit to, I think that the areas I would like to commit to are just the areas that I'm committed to right now. Like everything as far as like my career goes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just committed to myself overall. Like that's big for me right now. I'm in a very, I hate to say selfish because I don't feel like you're selfish when you're committed to yourself. But
Yeah.
I'm just really giving my energy to me and my growth overall as a person. So that's spiritually, that's mentally, that's physically, that's
Mm-hmm.
emotionally. Just doing all the work that I need to do to be, my best self and my higher vibrational self. So what about you?
Currently I am committed definitely to my body and my bag. It's body, bag, Blair. Those are my focuses. Um, I've never like I've always been, pretty I won't say fit. Like growing up I was like I did cheerleading, I danced, but I never really took working out seriously. Like, like I was just okay comfortable. I wasn't trying to like I think that I just had pretty like I have a beautiful face. Like I'm just like it may sound vain, but it's what it is. I'm like, I have a pretty face. My body is cool. Like, I don't need to be super fit. Like, I'm fine in the face. All right. But now I've been like your body is like an accessory to any of your clothes, right? And
Yeah.
just seeing how my clothes fit better since I've worked out and went vegetarian, just how I feel better, I feel more confident. My posture is straight. Like when I'm posing, I'm not trying to like suck and hold. Like I could just pose. Like I love it. So I'm definitely committed to my body. I'm committed to my bag. My friends, my cousins are upset with me. I have not been going outside. I've been stacking my money. Like I've just been
Period.
stacking my
As you
money.
should.
I haven't felt like doing anything outside of stacking
And
my
what
bread.
friends?
Oh my god, Alana don't want me to have friends so bad. I don't low key have no friends that even live here like that. So never mind. I got like two or three or four, maybe.
Child,
But the
whatever.
rest are family and cousins. But I haven't been going nowhere. I haven't been doing anything. I just been, committing to stacking my money, preparing myself to move.
It's stack
Um,
season.
it's tax season. My money
It's
is
stack
tied up in
season.
investments, baby.
Period.
I don't have time for the rest. But yeah, things that I want to commit to. I wouldn't say I haven't been committed to my spiritual journey, but I could be more committed. I think I went through before I've had the bag and body commitments. I was very, very committed to spiritual, and I think I got to a certain level, but I need to take it a step deeper, right? Um, like I've learned so much, and I think I just learned all that, and then just like, okay, I'm cool. Kind of became stagnant with it. I haven't really dove deeper and deeper into meditation and different areas of spirituality like I really want to. So that's the next step for me. Once the body is straight, we going back to
We going back to
spirituality.
the
Not that
spiritual.
not that it's
Yeah.
gone, but
Yeah, I think with spirituality, sometimes you gotta take a step back, right? Like
because it be a
sometimes
lot.
I was about to say it definitely be a lot. Like, and I've had that too, where it's like I've learned a lot about spiritual, and then I take a step back, and then I come to a new realization, and I'm like, okay, like
Hmm.
let me bring it back in, and so now like with spirituality, I'm reading this book called You Are Here Now, and it's by Thich Nhat Hanh, and he's a
Mhm.
Buddhist teacher, and it's about being present. And so I think, because for me, like I'll tend to like think about the future a lot, and it's not that, like, I think that there's a balance between thinking about the future and being here in the present. So like I just want to make sure that I'm doing my part to be like present. I know that if you're carefully taking care of the present, the future is gonna work itself out. I'm never fearful of like the future not working out. I'm just
Mhm.
always thinking about the future, and so I'm like,
Same.
and it's a
And
balance.
to like manifest anything, you speak it, write it, then you have to let it go. You can't
Yeah,
harbor it too long, or you're gonna,
exactly,
make it stagnant towards
exactly,
coming to you, right? So you kind of
exactly.
have to let it go. But
And it's
I
like,
love
what's
the
the
phrase.
balance though? Like, is there ever a balance between being present versus thinking about the future? Because you have to actively plan.
I think
If
it's
you
about just appreciating the present.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Like,
agree. It's
plan
about
for
being
the future,
grateful.
but just appreciating, like still saying thank you, God, for this
Yeah.
very moment that I have right now. Thank you for this, like,
Yeah.
thank you for what I do have, and
Yeah.
thank you for my dream home in LA and my dream home in Africa.
I was
Like,
about to say,
but
I
thank
think,
you.
yeah. I was about to say, I think praying for and being thankful for where you are now and what you have now and being grateful versus being content are different things. But then also being thankful for what's to come as well is a huge
Yes.
part of it too. And
You
I
have to
think
thank him like
you
it's
have
it's
to.
here
You
already.
have
Like,
to.
oh, thank you. Like, I love it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wrote I seen this video, right? And you know me, I'm on this journey. I wanna be in love. But she basically talked about how she wrote a letter thanking God for her husband, right? And she just, thanked him, and like, I met him this way and it was crazy. She just wrote a letter like, thank you God for letting me meet my husband. Like, I wasn't expecting him to meet him this day, and I did. And it was this way, this, that, and this way. And the way she wrote it down, it happened. And I'm
I'm about to do
like,
that.
that is crazy. So I made me a
I'm about
letter.
to do
I
it.
wrote me
I'm
a
about
letter.
to
I
do
wrote
it.
me a letter. I put it in my notes, and
I'm
we
about
go
to do
see.
it. I'm about to do it. I'm about to do that because I just finished explaining to, I don't know if I told you. Um
I'm about to run
like
and
I
get my
think
charger, but I can still hear you.
okay. I think it's important to like write down what you want out of a partner. And so I did that finally cuz like I've always known what I wanted. I just never like wrote it down. And so now that I've written it down, it's easier to just be like, okay, like I be knowing people not it, and I write them off. But now that I wrote it down, it's like, okay, you're not it. Bye.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that writing it down, it lets you clearly see like these are the qualities I want in a person. So,
Definitely. And too, when you get it right, because I wrote down the stuff I wrote down I wanted, I realized how
yeah,
shallow it was when I got into my last very shallow relationship. I was like, yeah, these were shallow things that I wanted. These were
yeah,
substantial things to hold a relationship, and it made me
mm-hmm.
adjust my list. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Because I'm like, this is not really what I thought I wanted.
yeah. I agree. I think what I thought I wanted and like wrote down, maybe I think I probably wrote some stuff down when I was in high school. Completely different than now, having been in a
Oh
4 year
yeah.
relationship and like actually experience some things in life, actually has real responsibilities. And I think that as you
Mhm.
grow, what you want also grow. Like as your responsibilities change, your wants in another person will change. Like your priorities in another person, it's just gonna change. So
They
we
will,
about to see where
and
this
they'll continue to
and
grow and
I might
evolve.
look, yeah, and I might look 5 years from now and look at the list and be like,
Need to
okay,
adjust this list.
maybe not. Or add some things, right? So
Yeah, add some things. You might need to add some things, take some off. Some things might become more important to you. Some things might become
okay.
less important to you. Um, I'm down for whatever. I
Yeah.
can't wait to update y'all so I can read my letter I wrote after I meet my man.
Girl, I can't
I
wait.
can.
Like I'm in no position right now to be in a relationship. But I know I just have a feeling like the next relationship I get into, like that person is just gonna be just an amazing
You
person.
are my lady. You
Yes.
everything I need.
Yes.
I got my
Yes.
the playlist
Sing
ready.
it.
You are my lady.
You got a playlist ready.
Yeah, for your wedding.
For who wedding?
Yours. I don't
Oh
want a
my goodness.
traditional wedding. So I need you to have a traditional one.
I'm not having no traditional wedding, sweetie.
Alana, take one for the team.
Blair, I want a destination wedding. I'm not having no
Okay,
traditional
that's
wedding.
fine. But I don't even want like a wedding ceremony. I don't want to wear a dress. I want to
I
get
really
our
don't
papers
care for
and
that
go
either.
to the
Like
reception.
I really don't care about that either. Like I really just want to travel with my partner. Like I don't
Yeah.
care about having a big show for people. Like
Yeah, I just want a reception.
I'm more
I do want a
focused
little
on
party.
just a little bit, but I be more focused on like what our relationship is on the inside versus like what it looked like to other people. I think that's why I'm not big on like always showing off certain things or
Some things you just keep, keep low as you prepare.
I don't think I ever want to post anybody ever again.
I'm having deja vu right now, but I just said I think that I gotta be a good 2 years into the relationship.
I don't know.
I mean, this gotta be our second year anniversary. Or I feel it gotta be the second year. But me, I be so when I be in love, baby, I be in love. I like taking pictures. And I know we're gonna be doing a lot of fun stuff. So if the picture is cute, maybe I don't know. We gotta just be real committed.
I gotta be real. I don't know.
We have to be really committed, and I have to have like I said. But I did say also like my next situation, I want to be a slow build. I think I had me some little fun, spare of the moment relationships. Like we went together in 3 days and we was together and shit like that.
Like,
that's so toxic. That's so toxic. It don't last. Now, right now, I want a slow build. Friendship first, and then
friendship first always. More than that. Friendship first always. I love me a good bond.
Sagittarius. One thing about Sagittarius, they gonna make you feel like they in a bond with everybody. And I got to the root of why it is. This is the Sagittarius
you about to read
problem. Me? Yes. I'm finna expose y'all. This is their problem because this is what Alana, I listen to Alana more and more. This is what they do. Sagittarius, they gonna ask you questions to know the deepest, darkest depths of your soul. Just to be in your business. And because you have these deep, whimsical conversations with them, you feel like this gotta be love. It gotta be fake. When really, they are just really nosy studiers. They nosy. They like to study people. They like to learn what different type of people is like. But that don't necessarily mean they like you. But they're going to ask you these deep questions to make you think that they really care about. And they're not trying to make you think that they care about all your deepest, darkest secrets. They really just nosy and want to know to see what kind of person you are. And then they might say, they might not. But
it's like either we like you or we don't. But that's so funny that you say
that. But y'all
that.
figure that out after asking these people. Like,
and I've had people tell me like, I feel like you trying to figure me out, or I feel like I've known you for forever. But it's so funny that you bring this up because I was in the Uber.
She's a therapist.
Girl, shut up. I was in the Uber today and I'm talking to the man. I'm talking to my friend on the phone, and she like, I think you might be more of an extrovert than I am because I would never be talking to the Uber driver like this. And she like, you carried that whole conversation. She's like, I would never. And she was like, you just have a way of just making people feel like y'all could just talk about anything.
Yes.
I'm like, well, hey, I guess I just got that effect on people.
The Sagittarius.
And I'm like, okay, bye. Nice meeting you.
Never see you again.
Quick little 1, 2.
And he's like, what's your number? Let's talk more.
No, let's
you
not.
like, no, baby, I just wanted to just say that.
What Keke Palmer say? But don't. But don't.
I hate to say it, don't want to sound ridiculous.
I don't know who that man is. That'd be me. That's really me. I hate to say it. We had this deep conversation, but I don't know who that man is.
And I know why his granddaddy left his grandma in 47.
And I still don't know who he is. I still don't know.
You see, this is why they terrorists. This is why Sagittarius are hell.
No, you can ask people all them questions. They can answer it truthfully, and you still not really know them for real. So
yeah. Some stuff they don't even know what to talk about. Some stuff you just learn as they go.
We just be trying to. I think that I just like having. I just like knowing. Like I just like having a deep understanding.
Nosy.
I mean, I guess.
It's okay. You could be nosy. Right. You could be in a business. If they let you be in a business, be in a business.
But I be in their business, but I don't be in their business too much. Like, I don't go that deep. I be going deep. I be going deep into like how they think type deep. I don't be trying to bring up trauma.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
But how if you trying to figure out why they think the way they do, that might bring up some trauma.
I don't necessarily try to think. I don't necessarily try to understand why they think the way they do. I just ask them random questions to see how they think. That's it.
I don't know.
That's it.
I like
At first.
I don't be picking their brains enough. I feel like, because I don't be knowing what to ask. Like, pick my brain and then let me be like, so what do you, like, I need
I'm
to
going to give you some questions.
Oh, Lord.
I'm going to give you some questions. Some good ones, too.
Okay, yeah, give me some questions so I can pick. But I ain't met nobody worth me picking their brain right now, so I don't really want to know.
I feel that. I definitely feel that. I'm tired of, I'm done doing that, though. I'm done doing that, Blair, because I can't take it anymore.
Yeah, everybody.
Everybody can't handle that. Like, I can't take it anymore. I'm not trying to figure nobody else out on day 3. I'm not even. No, we just gonna have and the part of that is like I don't like surface level or like small talk.
Yeah.
And that's a problem.
I hate what you're doing.
And that's a problem because people can't handle that. They be thinking like, oh, this is
what you doing. Hey, what you doing?
And see, I'll
if
get
you don't
bored
spice
like that.
It up.
Yeah, I'll get bored like
I stop responding to shit like that. Stop asking me what I'm doing. Stop.
That's why I don't like when guys try to take you like to the movies on a first date because we can't talk.
Yeah, I did go to a first date on the movies. Well, we went to go get ice cream and then we went to the movies.
Well, at least y'all had time to talk over ice cream. Like niggas be going straight to the movies. Like we can't even talk in here. Like okay, we watched.
They not really. They just trying to cuddle. Really. I went on the first date. No, I did go on another first date.
Like
to the
please
movies.
get a teddy bear Nigerian dude. Cuddle.
And he had me so creeped out.
Wait, when was this?
This was.
But I didn't know you went on a date with a Nigerian man.
I did. I met him downtown. He was clingy, like he was so clingy. He was so clingy, like he wanted to touch me and hug, like why you? I tried to give him a little hug. Okay, thank you. He like, why you hugging me like that? Like, ooh, like why you like? I'm like, what you want me to do? He want me to put my breast all on him. I don't know you like that.
He said, why you hugging me like that?
My accent horrible, but I'm like, I don't like that. So I'm like,
I don't like that.
Nah, he was too clingy. He was a Virgo.
Ooh.
A Virgo man. I don't like that. But I'm just like, why are you?
Yes.
I stopped responding to him.
I have an experience with a Virgo man too. I don't like that. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, very, very, very clingy. Like want to text me all day, call me, like always wanting to be on the phone, or like will want to see me every like.
It's like I want you to. I'll be busy. It's like be clingy, but give me my space. Because if you give me too much space, you're leaving too much room and opportunity. Like I hate that nonchalant BS. Like no, for all the men out there that may be listening, that may be a little nonchalant. That's how you lose.
It has to be a balance of both. You have to. I feel like my partner has to be able to read me very well to know when it's good to like give me my space and for how long I need it.
Yeah, but it just comes with learning you. They gonna have to mess up a few times, you know, in order to get that. What you think, Poo Poo? Say hi, Champ. Say hey.
Champ is a Taurus.
Champ is about to be, he is a Taurus. His first birthday is April 23rd. I'm having a birthday party for him. His first birthday is gonna be lit. There'll be cupcakes. Ouch!
Did he just bite your boob?
My hand.
Oh.
It don't really hurt, but I'd be dramatic, so he think it hurt.
Everybody does that with their dog. They be like, ouch. To make them think they hurting them.
Champ don't take you seriously, so you gotta rough him up a little bit. You gotta like let him know who Big Dog is.
Oh Lord.
And he don't think he a dog, he think he a human.
He need a big brother.
You know what you see? He got cousins. He big cuz. He big cuz to his little cousins. Hey! Cut it out. I'm not playing. All right, y'all. Let's wrap this up. We love y'all.
We do. We love y'all so much.
You finna cry?
Look at Champ. He like, why you crying? He want to give you kisses. Oh. Yeah, I want to cry. I really love this like podcast. Like I do. Like this be the highlight of like my every 2 weeks. I can't say week, but every 2 weeks. It's like the highlight. It's like, yes, we just get to just,
talk.
be
We'll
ourselves.
record ourselves talking.
Yeah.
We have to literally stop ourselves for over talking. Like we'd be like, okay, so what are we gonna touch on this podcast? And then we get to talking about it and I'll be like, Lana, stop.
I have topics that I feel like we should talk about, by the way.
Okay, cool. We can talk about it after we get done recording. But yeah, I also like you. If those listening, if you have any topics that you think we could touch on, let us know. Yeah, like it's lit. We love y'all.
We got
exciting new things. Add me on Clubhouse at Miss Legendary. Please.
Add me on Clubhouse too at Alana Ane.
Our Clubhouse will be coming soon. I'm gonna let Alana go. After we have a couple of trips. Alana's going on the trip. Come back. We have another business trip to go to. Then we come back, and then it's Chimp's birthday party. I have a fashion show. Then after that dies down, we will get our Clubhouse. Yeah, we should be able to. Yeah, and we want to start. Look at him. Look at him. Look. Then we're gonna start. Our Clubhouse rooms to discuss the topics on the podcast, starting with the first one on down. So, this is exciting. And we love y'all. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time.
Yes, love y'all. Thank you so much. Like, we appreciate it. And, till next time.
Till next time.
I'm going to update y'all on my Miami trip. I might just find me a little, It's like, no, let me edit that out.
Right. How you gonna find you a little, but who you going with, though? You still ain't tell us. Oh, okay. All right. See y'all. Love y'all.
Bye. She being messy.